You got Lauren and Brogan here. 2 girls, 1 ticket. Woo.
Oh, we can do 2 tickets. Are you?
Shoot, I'm not very good at this intro.
2 girls, 1 ticket.
Sorry, guys.
Brogan's still holding it down for the East Coast. Yeah.
I am. I got my Bailey's Lobster gear on, I'm ready, raring to go.
I love it. Well, it is hotter than I have felt the entire year down here. And granted, I haven't really thankfully been here that much this summer, but it is unreal. Unless you're in the water, there is nothing to do outside. And when I say water, that's basically pool because all the lakes are still closed from all the rain.
Wait, Lake Austin's closed?
Yeah, it's been closed for like personal water, every kind of water.
Wait,
craft.
Really?
Yeah, paddle boards, everything. It's actually really interesting. I think this might be the second time, other than obviously it's raining and people aren't out, but like there are no paddle boarders, no little Duffy boats, nothing out on Town Lake. It's crazy to see like nothing on it. There's a little patrol police boat because all the dams are open, so the flow is so big, so much water. So yeah, they're all closed.
What
like
are the
Travis,
rowers doing?
Austin, I don't know, rowing inside somewhere, which is probably healthier for them in these temperatures. But yeah, it's crazy to see nobody on the water. And I also feel bad for the businesses, but also people that are coming to Austin. Again, there's nothing to do in the summer unless you're eating, drinking, or on the water. So what are they doing?
I mean, that's just bad planning on their part. It's like going to California in May gray or June gloom. You're gonna have a fabulous time, but that's rough. I mean, I hope you're staying cool over there and not running into any water bugs. Or crab or bat. What is it?
Yes. So for everyone listening, there is something called a giant water bug, and we were in the pool at the Four Seasons, and I see this thing like flapping, swimming, pinching, like wasn't quite sure what it was, but I was sure it was either a crab or a bat in this pool.
Gross.
And so they're like, no. The guy was just out here cleaning the pool. I'm like, no, like I saw it. It must have gone back in that drain. I couldn't find the thing to like the hook to open the filter top myself, like the little basket thing. So I literally called the concierge and I'm like, I hate to say this, but
Dwayne, we got a situation.
I was like, can you send Anthony back up to see what's in this pool? He's like, oh yeah, what's that? I was like, I think it's either a bat or a crab or like the biggest bug I've ever seen. So they were like laughing at me, of course. And I'm just like watching, waiting, like thinking it might fly out. We don't know. So he comes up, takes the top off, and it is literally like this 4-inch long bug. I should have taken a picture of it for you because you would have really like 4 inches long, probably like 1.5 inches or so wide. And it did have full on pinchers. Like it looked like a crab, and it swam, and it had like a little tail in the back. It had a hard shell, definitely did not have wings, would not have flown. And the guy was like, oh my gosh, like I've never seen a bug like this. Like, how did it get up here? Because it doesn't fly. It's like the 32nd floor.
Wait, and it doesn't fly? I thought it had
no wings. It had no wings. And no, they were the pincher. That's why I thought it was a crab. Like the pinchers were that big. And so like scared to take it out. I'm like, okay, thankfully it's not just me. It like throws it over the side of the 32nd floor, because it's the only way out is over that. Yeah. I'm like, not a soft landing for that bug because he's not flapping away at this point. So he must have either like climbed up the building or either maybe a bird or something had caught him and then dropped him like in the pool, like if he was flying. I have no idea. Like this is like such a crazy story. You don't even know. It was quite a journey for this bug, but I'm not sure he survived. But anyway, so I looked it up. Of course, I had to get to my good friend Chat and ask what it was. And it's this giant water bug, and it's like the largest insect of its kind, like whatever not species, but what do they call them? Class, maybe? Is that how you classify bugs? Anyways, it's like literally the largest one, and they really do bite. Like and they usually live in like really muddy environments of like water, and they don't usually come out. But I'm sure because all the rain again and everything else, I'm sure they were like it was all confused. But anyways, I wasn't imagining But
are they native to Texas? Like, how have you never seen
I guess
one?
they're popular. Never have I ever. Like, and if I have, maybe they're like small and you just don't pay attention. But this one was literally 4 inches long. So everybody be on alert for the biggest giant water bug. They call them like toe biters. Like, had like all these random like nicknames
Fabulous.
of like, things you don't want to be in the water with.
Encounter one of those. Yeah.
Anyways,
No, I looked it up when you were talking about it, and it was literally the size of somebody's hand.
Yeah.
So.
Crazy.
That's
They're out there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, hopefully you're staying cool and avoiding the water bugs.
Yes. Okay. World Cup. Thank you for converting. España.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. So again, I'm so naive and ignorant when it comes to soccer, as you're aware. I was just, kind of bandwagoning Messi, I guess. And then when I realized how corrupt and I don't know if corrupt is the right word, but maybe just Argentina doesn't have a good look.
No, they're legit getting investigated for money laundering and everything as a team for hundreds of millions of dollars, like $300 million. So yes, corrupt is the word.
I was more talking about, that's another thing. But then the way they kind of act on the field and everything with other teams and how they're, starting fights and holding signs up that are political and just a bunch of bullshit that I wasn't aware of all that goes on in the background. Well, I've learned, and I want to apologize to all my fellow Spaniards that I even mentioned Argentina last week, because I regret that. And I'm so happy that Spain did end up winning.
It was a good game. I mean, obviously wasn't like, some of them were so back and forth, but I thought it was really good. And then to have to go into overtime
I thought it was boring the first half. And then once we got the little halftime performance, and then I feel like they got going the second half, but it was little.
Yeah, it took a little while. And Spain that had possession of the ball more than double the time that Argentina did, and obviously kept, trying to score. And that was crazy.
Argentina goalie.
Yeah.
How many stops did they make? I think they made 11 or
it was a crazy number. Yeah.
Yeah. The most in World Cup history or something like that.
That's pressure to be a goalie on that ever, but in that stage specifically.
Yeah. But you're like, oh shit, I really need to block this. I don't even think Argentina got a shot off the entire game or something like that. I don't remember, but
yeah, it was pretty crazy. And then little Timmy Chalamet delivering the game ball. It was always funny to see who brought out the ball for games, but he's really just having a time with all of his sports. Kylie was there.
Yeah, well, I was like, wow, how is this guy so involved? He must have no movies coming out. He's got to stay relevant. He's a Knicks fan. Now he's just, well-versed in the World Cup because they're in New York. And then I was like, where is he born? And he was born in New York. So I love his commitment to his hometown there.
Yes. Well, New York, New Jersey is the perfect spot for that, for the final. Just obviously the accessibility for, people all over the world and athletes and celebrities and everybody. I mean, it was packed with every single celebrity and athlete imaginable, which again, I just think having it there is even more of a draw.
No, everybody was there. You saw Trump coming in right over everybody.
That was such a cool
Air
entrance.
Force One helicopter. Yes. Yeah, badass.
Really, really cool. And did you hear the commentator mixing up the celebrities? It was he showed Matt Damon and he's like, Brad Pitt. Okay, that is not Brad Pitt. And then it was somebody else that was so obvious and totally said, who was it? It was it was some rapper. I don't know. Oh, it was Pharrell. And he said it was A$AP Rocky or something. And I'm like, what? It was
just your
funny.
Classic mix-ups.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God,
but
that's
kind
hilarious.
of funny, yes. But good for Spain, loved it. Just such a regal, proper country. Obviously loved it for our boy Lamine Yamal and his sweet little brother. New record, Brogan. We're going to start, keep him going. 6.8 million people in attendance. Most attended World Cup ever. Last one was in 1994. Isn't that crazy? 3.6 million in 1994. 6.8 total, obviously.
Do you think it was just, I don't know, are more people flying or more people interested in it now that it's obviously it's televised, but I don't know why
I don't know. Everything is the most. Yeah.
I don't understand that. And is that
And I think
cumulative
being in
over
the
all the
U.S.,
games? Were there
like, is
more
it...
games?
Yeah. That's true. I don't know. But I don't know about more games. I guess they're probably the same given the draw and the countries they live in. But yeah, but pretty cool. And then they got the first ever World Cup rings, which was new for this year. What did you think of that design?
I thought, I don't know. I think Super Bowl rings are a little bit more impressive than that. Those are classy. They looked good, but also
They were a little slight. Like they weren't like in your face, like championship Super Bowl
exactly.
ring.
You look at a Super Bowl ring and you're like, holy shit,
Yeah.
that they won something. This one looked a little bit more like a high school graduation. I don't know. But.
That's so true. Like more of a college ring, like a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But then you also have to kind of think of like soccer player vibes versus, football. Not universally, but kind of.
Big
They're not
exactly.
Yeah. A little bit different, but kind of cool just to do something different.
Well, that's why I was looking. I was like, wait, so obviously the big trophy, not everybody gets to take the big trophy home for winning. But then I was thinking, what about they get the medals though? So now they're getting medals and rings? Like
medals, rings, money, trophy.
51 million. Didn't Spain
51 million, yes.
Holy
I wonder how it
shit.
gets divided. Like if it gets equally between the players or if the team takes some. Yeah. I know. We're going to have to look into that profit sharing. Yeah. But that's a pretty big, but there's so many players on a soccer team. By the time you divided that, by everybody and coaches, it obviously dwindles down, but it's still a big.
Less than $1 million.
Yeah.
What are the taxes like in Spain? Do we know?
Well, yeah, there was also big taxes on it. That was another thing, but very interesting. And the trophy, obviously, I love that these trophies, like the F1 trophies, come in the Louis Vuitton cases. I just think it's such a classy look. And I know sometimes we hate on Louis Vuitton, but overall, I think that's like a suiting. Like, again, it started as a luggage, baggage company. And I just love the old trunks and cases. And then interestingly enough, I didn't know the guy that sculpted it and kind of created the design is the sculptor from Milan, this Italian sculptor, Silvio Gazzina. I'm probably not saying that right. But he's been doing the trophy since the 70s. And he died at the age of 95 and has this huge legacy in Milan and Italy. And he got to be buried in a certain place. But that's kind of a cool story. And they haven't changed it, for all this time. But it's a good looking trophy too. The gold and... You don't think?
I don't know. Like one of those like horror movie hands that you see, like it looks like
coming
it's like
up and holding a ball,
reaching up and like long fingers, like around like a Quidditch gold ball.
So
I don't even know.
Funny. Well, now that you say that, or like those door knockers you see in like Greece and Turkey, where it's like the hand that goes on the ball and it like knocks.
That's what I think of when I like look at that. I'm like, I don't know. It's like one big blob too. It's interesting. It's an interesting look. It's obviously legendary to have one. I'm not hating on that, but it's I don't know. I was comparing the design before and the design after, and I think the other one's like an angel or it has wings or I don't know. They're interesting.
Very interesting. But Lamine Yamal and his little cute girlfriend, I bet she doesn't want to go anywhere, but the only player to win the Euro final and World Cup as a teenager. That's pretty incredible. And obviously now he's got to wait for his next 4 years to play World Cup.
Yeah. No, well, I now since you've obviously not a huge soccer fan, but became one over the last few weeks, and then listening to you talk about him as well has I think made my social media feed a little bit more educational.
Blanketed in Lamine Yamal.
He's like in there a lot more. So I was looking at, obviously I see a lot of his brother now and he's a little cutie. And then I see his ex-girlfriend apparently was an influencer and he got cheated on a couple of years ago. And now he's got this girlfriend and like he treats her differently than maybe the last one because he's jaded because he got cheated on and just, he's got a lot going on over there.
He's got a lot going on.
I think he's definitely up and coming, if not already there. So
yeah, definitely there. Unreal. How interesting. I didn't know that. And then another great story. So Nico Williams, who played for Spain, the moment that he got his medal, he walked over to his mom. His mom crossed the Sahara Desert with no food, no water, pregnant trying to find like a better opportunity and make a better life for her and the baby, which was him, Nico. And so now she gets to share, after all of that, share in her son winning the World Cup. He literally walked right over and like gave the medal to the mom and put it on. How nice is that?
That is quite the story.
Could you imagine?
I can't.
I mean,
no,
talk about
I'm picturing
heat
like
and animals
scene.
and bugs and exactly. Yeah. Like, what was that like? How long did it take? Like, we need
this
her
is
on
like
here
100 or so years ago. I feel like this happened, but no, it
times. But he's probably
couldn't
like
have been
18.
that long ago.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, crazy.
Good
but
for her. Good for him. Jeez.
And a moment for the halftime show. I have to say, I took a little siesta.
Yeah, you did. I'm shooting text to you.
I know.
Waiting
I woke
for some
up
live
and I had
feedback.
this. Exactly.
I got
I'm
nothing.
like, oh gosh, what did I miss? What were your thoughts? Obviously, I saw some clips and playbacks. What was your rank of performances or performers?
Rank of performances as like a whole? Or are we talking about
just like,
performances?
I mean, it was obviously like Madonna and that random, Korean or whatever, right? K-pop.
I was like,
which they're probably like
probably
the biggest people in the world right now, and I don't know them, but
I think I know them just due to the fact that I play the New York Times, games every morning, and in my crossword they're always like K-pop, but it's like I think it's BTS or whatever.
Yes,
that's the only reason I'm familiar with them. But I thought they were I thought the whole thing was kind of random.
So
it was kind of
random.
I didn't understand how all of those different performers.
Even Justin Bieber, like you could kind of see it, but super weird song choice, like super
weird. Like put everybody to sleep, hallelujah,
Yeah, it was so strange.
But right between Madonna and Shakira too, it was just like they brought a lot of energy, and then we went to sleep, and then he's like awkwardly walking off the field at the end just by himself. And usually after you perform that big of an event, you want to like. Everybody's there to kind of, pep you up afterwards and tell you how great you did. But he was just walking off alone. I don't know. I thought Shakira was pretty good. I loved her outfit. I loved the yellow and the pink, and it looked all really good.
That's more of the flair for World Cup. Obviously, she had the World Cup song this year, and she has had it previously. But
Da.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
And then the Ghetto Kids, that's actually their name, is the Ghetto Kids.
Oh.
But the Ugandan children that danced with her. No. That's actually like what they call themselves. But they're these Ugandan children, and their tag is that they live, learn, and dance together. And she yeah, exactly, and dance together. So she had seen a video of them dancing to the song. And the World Cup song, obviously. So she invited them for the final halftime show. How cool is that? And they were the sweetest little kids. They did like a little interview on each of them just to say something about her, about, traveling to the States to be able to participate. And they were just, again, the sweetest, happiest, full of life kids, from poor parts of Uganda, crushing. And like they're just their energy and dancing, and to see like their little outtakes, even like dancing in the streets or whatever. Just so I thought that was a really nice touch for her to do too.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. This girl, I grew up with her. She's from Orange County, just like me. We actually ended up at the same college at USC together in the same sorority, Delta Gamma. Nothing goes down faster than an anchor. Just kidding. But I saw that she was dancing, or she's a professional dancer now. She's always in like Beyonce and Taylor Swift and does all that. But she was dancing in the K-pop. So I saw her back there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was, I thought she was bringing the same energy as the Ghetto Kids there as well. So.
That is so funny. Well, and she looks good too. Hips still don't lie, I guess. But I was laughing at Adam's text. I'm questioning if Brogan's too old for me. I was laughing. I'm like, you really do have to deal with this every day.
Well, we were also in a group text with a bunch of like Paul, Hannah, Casey, Chris, and all them, and we were laughing at Shakira and then going from, JB, and I was like, JB who? And then Paul goes, Shakira's hips, hallelujah. I was like, oh my God. Funny. Funny.
They're there. So funny. But poor Messi to have it be his outro, I guess, if it was his last World Cup. But he's had his run. Like, I'm just not a huge fan. Like, again, respect him for his career and what he's done. Did you know that his left foot is allegedly insured for $900 million? $900 million for his left foot because he kicks with his left foot. I'm like, why not both? Why not just make it a package deal? Like, if one goes down, you can't use the other. Like, why is it specifically the left foot?
That's crazy.
I
guess I don't know how they got to that monetary value. I'm surprised people haven't been trying to chop off the leg and trying to get insurance money for it. But that's a crazy amount. Jesus.
Crazy amount.
$900 million.
Yeah.
Who's insuring that?
It has to be all the clubs and like, there's no way he's paying like his own insurance on it. But yeah, that's crazy to think about. But great career for him.
Yeah. Do we like Messi? I feel like I'm like a little bit jaded after all this social media. It's been pushing negative connotations towards Argentina and Messi as a whole, especially after Argentina lost and then they were all kind of caught like fighting. I don't know if
I just don't really know if I like the Argentinian attitude overall. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but I don't really know much. You don't hear bad things about him. I just don't know if I genuinely like him, other than, again, he's very talented at soccer or whatever, but he's not somebody that I'm like, oh my gosh, like get excited about.
Yeah, he just doesn't strike me as like the sharpest tool in the shed either.
Or that. Yeah, he's just kind of dull. Doesn't have a big personality. Doesn't,
no English. Like,
he doesn't have the body of like a Ronaldo or like something. And even a Ronaldo, I'm not like a huge, massive fan of, but you at least like know things about him. You know about the wife. He's like a little bit more memorable to me than a Messi.
Exactly. So I don't know. Again, you got to respect what he's done, what he's 100%. Created.
Yeah.
However, I'm not running home being like Messi's the best, but
no, but it's like Lamine Yamal, like the story and like this, and he's young, and like I just he's somebody to like get behind. Like he's got my vote, but
we know that,
and so it's been announced that Morocco, Portugal, and Spain will host the 2030 World Cup. Isn't that crazy to say 2030? I know, crazy.
I was offended that it was already like 6 years since 2020. I know. I was just, it's crazy.
It's going to be 4 more in 2030. Crazy. But that's actually a really fun part of the world for World Cup. I feel like that would be a fun place to
bring the energy.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go US.
Yeah, exactly. Did you see random, but going back to Bieber in halftime at the Fanatics Fest, him kicking his field goals? Obviously, it wasn't a full like football field, but I was pretty impressed that he could kick like that.
I saw some pics. What is the Fanatics Fest? I don't even know.
I mean, it's just like all these athletes and sponsors and whatever influencers go to this, sports oriented whatever Fanatics Fest, but I don't really know why we're like
okay. I did see some pics. He's got some good calf muscles. He really puts some oomph into that kick.
He does. He's just kind of a character to me because like you think of him as little baby Bieber boy, and then
his little bowl cut,
exactly. And then now he's like a little bit, gangster, a little bit thin. But then you see him out on the golf course, and he can clearly kick a football, he can kick a soccer ball. Like he's a little bit athletic.
He's good for him. P. Diddy didn't do too much of a number on him. I'm just kidding.
Made it out alive.
He did.
Okay, but the world record being shattered for the mile for the first time in 27 years. Not by Bieber. 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Did you see that? A mile in 3 minutes and 42 seconds.
I did see that.
Absolutely insane. That's how.
Dude, did you see the guy? He was freaking cruising. His strides.
It's like 16 miles an hour. Like, how do you even run that fast?
He's like a white kid too, right?
Yeah. I mean, that is next level fast.
I mean, that's insane. Yeah, level. I'm trying to remember when I saw that or in what context. And I was just like, I thought that was fake news. But
me too, because I'm like, how do you do a mile in 3 minutes and 42 seconds? I mean, I'm just warming up for my first mile. Exactly.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Good for him.
I mean, beyond crazy. And crazy that it's been almost 30 years since the previous record was broken. And it was very close to that number. But
some like Ugandan something or another hasn't surpassed that, especially with all these marathons I've been seeing and these world records they're breaking. That's crazy that they haven't done a done it in less than 3 minutes and 42 seconds.
It's unbelievable. I can't even imagine how you do that with like no enhancements, no like steroids or like, no, we don't. But I don't even know what the running testing is. But that to me is like freak, like not humanly, but good for him.
Good for him.
Okay, and speaking of something that might be going down faster than an anchor, Tom Brady.
You like that one? Oh, yeah. God, yeah. No, that
guy is sinking further than I could have ever imagined him sinking, and he was never at my highest height. What is he doing?
He's embarrassing himself. I mean, he's obviously got nothing but time on his hands now that he's retired from football, but
retired and single, but
to hear Adam say it, he's really
keep
going
him away from Michael Rubin. I just think, again, like him, not like him, what he did in football and for his own personal brand was literally like unmatched to some degree, and he's good looking. And again, I don't think he's the best looking. I like his swag. I think he's good looking. Like he's well kept. Yeah. But he's got, again, even that is all like even more enhanced than when he was just playing football.
Can't move his face. It's like too much weird. Botox or something.
When he stepped out on that Gucci Cruise Line fashion show in that black leather outfit, that is when everything really started sinking.
Hit the fan.
Also, who's wearing that on a cruise? But two, like, why would he sign up for that and put on that outfit? And then all of his Alex Earl stuff, like, okay, I get it. She's good looking. She's young. But also, like, was that real? No, exactly. Like, there's better people for him coming from Giselle,
I was going to say, I think Giselle made him cool. And now that, she's moved on to bigger and better things, he doesn't have anybody to tell him to not do something, right? Like, he's just
and that could be part of like this like midlife crisis or whatever he's doing. But I just feel like he's taking his, outside of like Noble and some of his stuff that, were kind of him like right off the bat. But the Pizza Hut commercials and flag football, and even I think his commentating is weird. Like, I don't like to listen to him when he's talking about sports. I think he's got a weird voice.
Like,
I think he has a weird. No, he's like absolutely not cool. Like, I think that he's just going so far down. And then this WWE stunt or stunt with Logan Paul.
That one was a cherry on top. Jesus.
Which was at the Fanatics. Or no, was it before the wrestling thing, I think. But either like, is it before and up? Right, exactly. It might have been whatever it was. But I'm sure that is going to turn out to be, they're going to have a big televised wrestling match or something. And it's just like a setup for it.
Did you see him like try to hit him with the ping pong and bitch ass slap?
And then,
I'm like,
exactly.
What?
Yeah. The ping pong ball and then the middle finger at the World Cup. I mean, it's just so cringe is the word. And I think that might have been the word that Dave Portnoy used too. He absolutely ripped him. And like Adam said, he's one of his best fans. I mean, they're friends. They've known each other. Dave Portnoy could not be a bigger, New England fan. And even he is like, what is this guy doing? Like, I mean, goats do not act like this. Like, you're fighting for attention that you don't need. You're fighting for relevance that you already have. Like, you've already had your career. And I heard this guy, and I don't even remember who it was, but comparing like the legacy of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan makes billions of dollars a year. He hardly does any.
You don't see him.
You don't see him unless you see somebody like posting him on his yacht, in like Greece
doing
or whatever.
Cool shit.
Yes, exactly. Like being a gangster on the golf course, whatever it is. He doesn't do public appearances hardly ever. He's not popping into Pizza Hut commercials. Like, he made his legacy and he created this whole like ecosystem around him where he doesn't need to make himself relevant. He's legit a goat. Like,
he's cool.
Tom Brady is literally going down to like, we're going to see him like on The Bachelor next or something. Or Bachelor, whatever
or like
the guy version is.
Commentating The Bachelor.
I mean, it's just so bad. And in my mind, so on brand for him. Because again, I've never been a huge fan. But for like the people that were behind him, like a Dave or an Adam or somebody that like respected his career and all that, like, what do you, like, it's embarrassing that you're even aligned with this guy.
It takes a lot for sweet Adam to say something so negatively towards one of his biggest idols, aka TB12. But he had a lot to say before this, didn't he? And we wish he was sitting down with us.
We tried to get him to be a special guest. He said not today. He might have been too close to home to be opening up about.
In the video, he's running around in the front.
I can see the shadow. I'm like, is somebody doing the lawn or like who's?
He's waving at me. I'm like, I can see you. Like,
we invited you to be on here. Like you had your chance.
Come in, sit down, talk about how much Mark Rubin's fucking up Tom Brady's career. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah,
well,
all around,
hopefully somebody tells him to get a grip or like he gets a wake up. But it is a real sinking ship, and it might be too far down to after this Logan Paul stuff to turn it around. Like,
well, I think it's going to get worse from here, right? Because they're doing all this back and forth for something.
Well, exactly. It's not just for nothing. So yes, I think we'll have one.
There's a lead up to something way worse
the real like cliff jumping. Yeah. Oh gosh, poor guy.
Buckle up.
Yeah, buckle up. In the golf world, that's a wrap for the season. We're gonna have to wait a little while for some. Majors.
That course was the shittiest course ever. I was looking at Adam. I was like, why is it so brown? Like, can they not keep this like green? I don't know. Maybe I'm ignorant, but it just didn't look like a beautiful, beautiful course to end on.
No, that's true. But what a win for Ryan Fox. Largest 36-hole comeback in major history. I mean, that is impressive. I think he's like waited 39 years, I think, for a win.
I did see that.
I mean, that is so admirable, and I love to see the underdog win. I really hate it for Scotty that he's not doing anything, but I guess his father was a Rugby World Cup champion. Kind of cool. Okay. So it comes from athletic household. His grandfather was the captain of this national cricket team. Kind of cool.
They got cricket and rugby in New Zealand.
Cricket and rugby, yeah. And so he swung around the golf club as a kid, but really wasn't focused on it. He was more focused on rugby and cricket naturally because of his family. And then he didn't really start playing competitively until after school or after like during school, I guess 17-ish. Very late to start to get that good at something. And now here he is winning his major. That's really cool.
Just getting a W.
Good for him.
Especially over all the, he avoided the Bryson drama.
Totally. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Did you see all the memes that were like, about calling in Trump? Like, can I get the, British Open officials or whatever on the
It's like stomping on the ground, like trying to make his lie better.
Exactly. Well, there were plenty of people that stood up and were like, he would never try to cheat, wasn't intentional. And then Rory got up and was like roasted him. He's like, I'm not even going to be up here and try to pretend to defend him. Like, whether it was intentional or not intentional, like he 100% was trying to clear, his back, whatever. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Like, in the end, that's where Rory gets like the prick status, from people.
That's why I didn't realize. Like, I know people always say, "Oh, Rory's an asshole, whatever." But I was reading all of the comments, and like every possible fan thought the same thing. And just you heard Sam Burns talk about it. You heard, a few other, like, they were very classy with what they said, and they didn't want to be like super offensive. Sam was actually playing with Bryson at the time, so he was like physically there watching. Yeah. And he was on Bryson's side. He said that was a bit, extreme. And I don't know why they called that. But, it was interesting. I was like, yeah, Rory, you are a little prick, dude. You cheat on your wife or you do whatever. I don't know. Like,
and then you're the first to comment on someone else's, like.
Yeah, it's like, dude, not your spot. Like, chill.
Well, just stay out of it. Like, the refs or the officials are going to make their call, it is what it is. I'm sure he hasn't been by the book of every single thing.
No,
in his golf
freaking
career.
not. But he's a PGA. He's stuck with PGA his entire career. Didn't make the move like Bryson did with Liv and all that bullshit. And they're like, he's a legend PGA, or they never call. They never put two strokes on him or anything like that. So I think that's he's just like their little golden boy, and he's gonna milk it and suck everybody's whatever. So.
And
but did. I don't know. I didn't like the way Bryson. By no means do I love Bryson. Bryson's annoying as hell, and he should be putting his career more focused.
Right, and they're like totally on like different spectrum of like annoying.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
career and all of it. But like, there's no reason for Rory to attack him. Like,
no, it's like, dude,
just don't say anything or be like, oh, yeah, exactly. Unreal. But I thought the funniest part was when Ryan got on the plane and it just had his whole little trophy in the case up in the overhead bin flying home. How classic is that? And he's not on NetJets or something like most of these guys are,
that's what I
doing.
Thought,
and
yeah.
he's just on a commercial flight flying back with his trophy.
Just was
so
he even
good.
in first class? I don't know.
I was trying to figure that out too. I'm like, I don't see the barrier, and this isn't an internet. It must have been he was probably going to transfer planes somewhere, but
yeah,
wasn't
like,
it obviously?
Seems far.
Yeah, for that plane, yeah. But so funny. It didn't look like first class. So funny.
Well, good for him. He's gonna take that puppy home and put it up somewhere.
Yes, he will. Did you see Haaland on the back of his yacht hitting golf balls into the Med, listening to Choosing Texas? He's like singing along, tried to make it clear that the golf balls were like fish food and were like biodegradable or whatever.
They got them biodegradable. No, he didn't want people to start hating on him by any means. But yeah, no, the guy's a legend. He just misses Texas. So.
Totally. And he just seems like so genuine and nice and fun and just authentic. And his girlfriend is relatively new. I'm like, that's a trip for her to, have that World Cup journey with him to win for like a newish relationship. But I don't know anything about her. Good for him. And Alcaraz was just spotted on a yacht with this girl. Everyone's like, maybe he's off the market.
Wow.
She's like some like PR marketing person, I think from Spain. But look at all these people. I know.
I just saw, I was scrolling through and there's a bunch of people from Aspen I know that are in Saint-Tropez and they're having birthdays and whatever. And then in the background, they're like doing the pan with everybody dancing on the tables, whatever. And then they zoom in and it's Haaland just doing his little dance.
That's awesome.
Yeah, apparently he's in Saint-Tropez yesterday.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw a clip of him at I can't remember where it was that he was, but it must have been that same thing. And he was like kind of with the DJ and like
he was right in the back, just doing his moves. He's absolutely living his best
funny.
life,
and his thing now is like he replies to random people's things. Like if you comment on something, it's like the chance that you get a response is very high. And he's like going through like responding to these like random. I love it. I think his incremental Instagram follower was the highest of anybody during the World Cup. It was like 40 million, something ridiculous.
It was 40 million. Yeah, it went from like 30 to 70. It's probably more now, but whatever his PR team is doing, like freaking AAA plus.
That, and I think just him being himself, like his just character and obviously being good, but there he was on his yacht hitting his golf balls. Choosing Texas.
The funniest video of him, I don't know if you've seen it. I mean, there's been a million different memes of him and, comparing like this model and girls and stuff to him, just with the way his face is so unique looking. But there's this one where he's like eating. Did you see that one? And then he looks in the mirror next to him and he gets scared and then he looks back.
I didn't see that one, but I did see the ones with like his long blonde hair and like the girl.
He's freaking hilarious. Yeah, he's sitting there just eating and then he looks, there's just like a window right there and then he sees his reflection, gets scared and then keeps eating. Like, he's like, I was just like, this guy's just a classic jokester. Yeah.
He really is a true Viking. But
exactly.
Speaking of records, Ella Langley, 14th straight week at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, only to meet the record of Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey.
Those are two legends right there.
Unbelievable. And I'm shocked Taylor Swift hasn't even been up there. I'm really that's amazing. And I love her and I love that song, but I'm just like, that to me is like, if you're up there with Whitney and Mariah Carey for the only...
You've done something right. Yeah, I was watching this video on TikTok and it was showing her, I guess, I don't know how long ago, but a younger version of her like singing and doing. she had a major glow up.
She did.
So good for her. She got some bangs. She lost a little weight. I don't think she got work
keeps
done.
So tan. No, I don't think so either. She's always had those great teeth, which I think are probably veneers, but even so, she hasn't changed. Like, she's had them for a long time.
Yeah, but she just, just little maintenance things here and there, and she looks a lot better and definitely deserves to be up on that, #1 Billboard Hot 100.
She is good. Good for her. Keep crushing. Paige, Lorenze, and Tommy Paul's wedding.
Epic. Beautiful.
Beautiful. At the old Westbury Gardens house, I guess on Long Island, which was actually the inspiration. Did you see The Great Gatsby, like the 2013 version?
Obviously.
Okay.
But I didn't know it was there.
Well, no, it was that house was the inspiration for like Daisy's house, but it wasn't the exact house.
So it was built afterwards or what?
No. This house has been there forever and ever. I'm saying for the movie. No. In the movie.
Excuse my ignorance.
No. The movie, they kind of like replicated. Like, it was the inspiration for the house of Daisy Buchanan.
Where'd they film the movie then? Did they?
I have no idea. I'm sure sets and
Hollywood?
all over. But
why didn't they just use the house, right?
I have no idea because it wasn't the exact same. But I loved that movie, by the way. I thought it was such a good remake. Leonardo DiCaprio.
That blonde girl was just in something. What was she in? Like I'm gonna blank.
She was perfect for that role.
She really was. She wasn't like super stunning, but like pretty in a classy old money way.
Totally. Yeah, like old. Exactly what the role was for.
And I think that's what Paige Lorenze was giving in her little wedding sketch.
I really don't know much about her at all, but I thought she looked so good. And I feel like she had like 15 dresses because I kept seeing all these different dresses for like rehearsal, wedding, after party, after party, after party, like a million dresses. And every single one of them was beautiful. And she looked so good in it. And again, I know nothing about her. Did she start that Dairy Boy brand? Okay, which I know that was popping up on Nantucket when I was there, and it was all the talk around there. I don't even know what it is, but I mean, I know what it is, but I just like
East Coast brand more so. I feel like people know about it. I don't know if it's really relevant in like California and stuff,
right?
Because I know she's like a New Englander. I think she like had a house in Connecticut. She's definitely had that influencer or got famous through influencing. I don't know.
No, that is exactly right.
And then she was dating Morgan Wallen, Armie Hammer, like Tyler Cameron.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's freaking gone through like the men are beautiful, so good for her.
Well, and she is pretty, but I just, go ahead.
No, I was going to say she's gone through like this whole, since dating Tommy too. Back in her days, she had fake boobs, blonde hair, tattoos, and now she's kind of old money, tennis
going back to East Coast.
Totally switched her vibe. Yeah, she's dyed her hair brown, getting rid of her tattoos. I think got in a fight with somebody who posted at her, or who was at her wedding. Not fight, but made somebody take a picture down that like showed her tattoos a little bit too much and made him re-put it up with the tattoos like missing, or I don't know. Don't ask me. But anyway, she's totally switched her vibe.
Well, I saw a little interview with her, and I actually kind of admired or like respected her aggressiveness. But I guess how they met was he was coming into New York for the U.S. Open. Okay. And he had gone on Instagram and just started liking her photos. And so she messaged him. She's like, don't come out and like my stuff and like not message me or anything. So she literally like just reaches out to him. And then he responds with like a hey babe, which I can't stand the word babe. Like, I'm so not a babe. Like, I hate that word. Like, and that it's just such a universal. Your first response to somebody you don't even know is hey babe. Like, it's so weird to me.
You were a cocky.
Exactly. So then she takes it even further, and I guess he was in town and she saw on his story he was like at a Mets game or something. So she just picked up the phone and called him, like FaceTimed him. And he answered. And he was like with all of his friends. And she was like, I know how these guys work. Like, they come in for these tournaments, they have 100 girls that they've messaged, just looking to hook up or whatever. And they just sort of see what they can get. And she was like, I told him, like, what day do you want to go to dinner? Like, we're going to dinner or not. And that is literally how, and then he invited her to one of his matches, and they've been together ever since. But how funny is that? Sometimes you got to take the initiative. Can't just sit back, I guess.
Good for her. Yeah, I do. I see like some of the people that she associates herself with in her influencing career, and they're definitely not, subtle, shy girls. They're they know they're hot. They're going to own it. They're going to be like, really put themselves out there. So it paid off for her. So good for her. I mean, she is really pretty, and I think she is classy and says the right things, does the right things. So
right. And I mean, as aggressive as she was with him, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. Doesn't mean, well, you just listed like 20 guys she's been with, so maybe I shouldn't, but like that are all famous. But
Morgan Wallen being
exactly, yeah. So maybe I'll take that back, but it doesn't mean that she's doing that with everybody. You know, maybe she really thought he was attractive or was curious or interested in him or something.
Very targeted.
Yeah. Exactly. It doesn't mean,
Armie Hammer before he became a cannibalist. What was that situation? I don't even know. But
oh gosh, I don't know. But anyways, beautiful wedding, good for them. Obviously, a lot of tennis people were in attendance. Pegula was there with her husband. I saw they did it on a
Tuesday as well,
which is also very different. Yeah, and not mess up schedules. And I guess Tommy was like, I've always wanted to have like a, you know, kind of like all-American wedding, somewhere easy that's for people to get to. And they hit it. I mean, that property was beautiful. The tablescapes were pretty. I just thought it was very classy. The photographer was very good. The photographer makes a big difference.
We just locked in our photographer, and I'm super pumped for her.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
And will they do the video too, or do you use somebody separate, or are you not going to do a video?
We don't know. Yeah. We're like, the video, we're like, do we need the video? We can put that kind of towards something that's more fun.
Yeah. Well, and also, how many times are you going to watch it? You know, like people will have videos or be taking,
We're like, let's listen to everybody's speech about us. Like, we're not really those people. So
no, Adam wants to hear all about himself.
Yeah. That is probably true. But we don't know. We'll probably do a videographer, but we locked down a really good photographer. So we're super excited. She did, do you know the Millie Bobby Brown? What's Millie Bobby Brown? What's her name?
That is the name.
She did her wedding. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it's so fitting that you're doing it where the Beckhams got married. That's very, soccer on brand for the year.
Yeah.
I know it's next year, but still. Yeah, love it. Speaking of also 100 Club, Sabalenka, 100 weeks is world number 1. That is impressive. She's at currently 92 consecutive weeks at number 1. That is so good.
That is crazy stat. I did see how there was only a couple other people that have done that, or maybe 10 or 11. I don't really know.
There's really not many at all. And even Sinner comparatively is at 91 weeks, which is still good, obviously. But
not 100.
I know, not 100. I mean, stay there for 9 more weeks and then we'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Get back to your Gucci runway with Tom Brady in the meantime. But I'm super excited for hard courts. Obviously love US Open. That's one of my favorite tournaments. But I really hope she does well after French Open and Wimbledon kind of downfalls. But she has been having herself a nice time in Greece, it looked like. Take some of this pain of losing off.
You gotta do it. You gotta get through it somehow, right?
Yeah, exactly. Not so winning record. We'll give these two because these ratings are the worst that they have been in 2 decades. I don't even know who watches it to begin with, but this home run derby that they had on Netflix, absolute bomb. Whoever watched it to begin with. So at baseball every year for MLB, they do this home run derby, and it's so dumb.
No,
they just see how many they can hit.
A Netflix show?
No, I think Netflix was just hosting it this year. As how they're picking up different tournaments or leagues or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was the Netflix home run derby. The worst ratings in over 2 decades. That is so embarrassing. I feel like people that are into baseball didn't even know that it was going on and didn't watch it. That's how irrelevant it kind of seems. But I feel like baseball's gotten so boring in general. And again, I'm the first to say I like to go to a game, Yankee Stadium, Red Sox, whatever. That's fun. But I feel like everything now is first of all, it's you either hit a home run or you strike out. It's not a lot of action. It's just a lot of
stealing bases, getting outs.
Yeah, exactly. There's not a lot of action. Yeah. And then Red Sox are on their longest winning streak in 80 years. That's pretty impressive. That's good for them.
Do we know?
No, I don't. But
Okay.
that's good for them for that they're winning. I really have not kept up with baseball very much. Like I just like have not been paying attention.
I saw Sam Darnold threw the first pitch at the Mariners game, and then all the comments were like, wow, he's really going downhill. They did or they're letting him throw first pitch for minor league or something, just shitting on the Mariners.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's not good.
Wrong.
But
yeah.
Have you seen that new, talking about Netflix, circling back to baseball and everything, did you see that new Will Ferrell, the golf?
Oh, the Hawk?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but I've seen some clips with like Luke Wilson and him, and it looks kind of funny. Have you watched it?
Adam and I have. It's actually it's pretty funny. But if you watched The Stick or something on Apple TV with Owen Wilson, it's kind of the same premise. And Adam and I were talking, and we're like, oh, they kind of came out at the same time. It's interesting, the different dynamics.
They're so similar.
They are very similar, just like these comeback golfers, essentially. And I won't give it away because it is pretty funny. But if you do watch, there's Jimmy Tatro in it. I don't know how to pronounce it, but he is the son of Will Ferrell in this show, and he is actually hilarious. Have you ever watched The Real Bros of Simi Valley?
I haven't heard of it.
Okay. I got Adam to start watching this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just watch it, The Real Bros of Simi Valley. It's not like it's basically it's only on YouTube too, but Adam said it's by far one of the funniest shows he's ever
knowing
watched.
all your really okay.
And it's literally, I don't watch reality TV. Yeah. It's a spinoff of reality TV. Like these guys that are just joking, basically. They're like comedians. And they do the whole like premise of like Real Housewives of Orange County, but they're like the Real Bros of Simi Valley, and they're like, dude, like, and they sit down and have the interviews, but it's really funny. So if you watch the Hawk and all that, but yeah.
Well, I'll have to watch it. And I saw him sitting, Will Ferrell, at the World Cup with he's a big soccer fan, obviously. Yes, and he had his Hawk visor.
Did you see the advertising for it as well? They put a boat with a big hat, that big visor with his hair on top, like going through the Chicago
How
River.
funny. No, I didn't see that. That's hilarious.
Everybody was like, what is this? And they're like, oh, guerrilla marketing is back with Will Ferrell's new The Hawk Show. It's funny.
Okay, we'll have to check it out. He's so funny. Reality TV, I know we talked about Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders last time, which I'm like literally teetering on, do I need to like watch this? So I kind of like looked into a little bit, and interestingly enough, there's a girl from Austin that grew up right around here, goes to ACC, Kate Rogge, and she just made Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders. Like just right now, like real time. She went to Westlake, was on Highline at Westlake. I guess kind of continued.
How old is she?
She's young. She's younger than she cheered at Texas. And then
now she's a member at ACC.
Yeah, she's a member at ACC. Yeah, her
dad plays tennis.
Yeah. Well, she's not. Her parents are members. Okay. But she's young. Like she's, I would say, not even 30. She's like 25, maybe.
Okay. Well, good for her. She made it.
I know. I'm so impressed.
A lot more like Westlake people. I don't know. I feel like
they'd be a
Texas cheer takes it very seriously in general. I don't know if a lot of the people are from Dallas or Houston or Austin, but
yeah, it's a real thing. But I just, and the Highline is kind of like it's not cheer, it's like dance at Westlake, and that is like the epitome. Like little girls start grooming for this in elementary school to make Westlake Highline to dance at the football games. They're kind of like, we'll call them like the Rockettes. Like they do the kicks and the dancing. Like they're not like the Pom Squad. And so she did that, and then did do Texas cheer, as in like University of Texas, which obviously they take it seriously too. So that's pretty good background. And then obviously comes from a good family and a beautiful girl. So probably fit right in with the culture for Dallas. But yeah, very impressive. Congrats, so might have to check it out. I know. Yeah, I'm going to send it to you. It's Katie or Kate Rogge, but I'll send you her Instagram. You can follow along. Yeah. Go get him.
We're going to see her in the Netflix. Now you really got to watch the Netflix.
I know. All right, everybody. Well, another week's down. Cannot wait for fall. Oh, we're like 50 days away for
Boy, I was
football.
waiting for you to count down. Jesus.
I know. I think it really is 50 days for college and slightly longer than that for NFL. Isn't that crazy?
I'm excited for some fall weather, even though I'm kind of getting that vibe. As I'm speaking, do you see it's getting dark again? Literally.
I can't see Adam's shadow as well.
Yeah, he's not running around in the front yard. He's waving his hands. Yeah, I'm ready for some fall weather. I just love, when the sound of the football game comes on, the announcing,
it's so
and like
great.
college football. It's just
Cannot
so
wait.
exciting.
It is the absolute best.
I'm sure you're ready at that 105-degree weather over there.
Yes.
So.
Yes. All right, everybody. Well, enjoy the rest of your week. And we will be back next week with more.
Ta-ta.
Sometimes it's be like, you love us. XOXO Gossip Girl.
Oh, that was a new one. Okay.
No. I'm saying like in my head, sometimes that's like the best sign up of a show ever. Like,
you know what? Gossip Girl is legendary, although I don't love Blake Lively anymore. However.
But when she's back to being Serena Vanderwoodson, we like her.
Yes. Leighton Meester and her, just absolutely.
Yes.
Incredible.
Okay, what did Adam say that we need to say?
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Okay, arrivederci.
But you know what? I'm not going to give him credit because he didn't want to be our guest speaker.
No, he had the opportunity to be a guest on our show today, and he turned us down. So, persona non grata.
Offended. Yeah. I like it. Yeah. So anyway, ta-ta. Ciao.
All right, well, enjoy your beach walk. Adios.